Okay, I've made it live. Let's see whether it will be shown in the YouTube. Okay, guys, we are live. Just confirm if everybody can hear us. Guys, just give us a confirmation if you're able to hear us.
Just confirm if everybody can hear us. Guys, just give us a confirmation if you're able to hear us.
Okay, yes, audible. Some people are saying lagging. Okay, Rajan is saying lagging. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the orientation session of PW Skills Tech. Again, this is just an orientation session. The main, what is the main aim of this particular channel, what we are targeting, and probably after that, we'll be taking a lot of questions from your side. So we have with us Vishwa Mohan sir and Hitesh Chaudhary sir with us. Uh, and I hope everybody knows about Vishwa Mohan sir and Hitesh sir. They are very much popular in their field with respect to Java, web development, JavaScript. So welcome, sir. Welcome, Vishwa Mohan sir. Welcome, Hitesh sir.
Thank you,
Uh,
sir. Everybody knows you as well. As I say, the Hrithik Roshan of data science.
Today I'm the host, mostly bringing everyone and talking about. So we will be taking some kind of questions also. Uh, okay, let's see. Okay, so Hitesh, I saw you always standing in video. I can also stand in the video anyhow. Great. Audible, audible. Okay, great. See, Hitesh sir, fiery symbol is coming from your side for you.
Thank you so much.
Great. Okay, a lot of questions will be taken up, so don't worry about that. So, first we'll start with Vishwa sir. And okay, one more comment is something. Hi, Chris, Vishwa, Hitesh, and all friends here. Amazing. Okay, so we'll start with Vishwa sir. Vishwa sir, what is the aim of starting this channel, and what is the difference between College Wala and this? Many people had this specific question. Probably you can
Absolutely
take this up
right.
and explain all the students. So yeah.
Absolutely. So first of all, hello everyone. I hope I'm audible. You are able to see me very clearly. Can you put that into the chat if you guys are able to hear me clear and loud? आवाज आ रही है सबको? Perfect.
सर आप लोग भी वेरीफाई कर सकते हैं सर इट्स कमिंग लाउड एंड क्लियर
Awesome. So yeah, it's a very common question. I think Kalbi LinkedIn pe many people were asking that we already have a college wala channel. In fact, people were asking that we have a iNeuron channel also. Then what is the point of having this PW skills dedicated channel? And why not we are continuing with the same iNeuron YouTube channel, or we are not continuing with the college wala? So there are two reasons. One, first of all, if I talk about the college wala channel, I think predominantly we are trying to bring the content around the college audience there, right? And there we would like to bring the mix and match of both technical as well as the non-technical things. So not only related to the tech, not only related to the coding, not only related to what is going in the world of tech right now, but we'll also bring content around, what you should do when you go into the college, what are the best things to do in the college, how to make the best out of your, the 4 years of engineering that you do. So it's more of like a generic content. So we wanted to bring a platform where we are more focused towards what's happening in the market right now, what is the latest hot thing in the tech, right? And we wanted to take the opportunity and a platform where we can bring all these things in detail. Another concern was that many of our people who are from, let's say, the south part of the country, or let's say that who are from the other countries, they were again having a challenge that we are getting most of the content in Hindi, we are not able to make it and understand what it is. So can we have something which is global in nature, right? Something which everybody can understand. So because of all these things, and thirdly, we also realize that a focus is very important. We have to make sure that there is a platform where we are bringing genuine contents around what is currently relevant in the market, what it is takes to get you the job. See, upskilling is a very serious thing. I take it very seriously. If you are in this domain of providing the knowledge, upskilling, training people to get the best in the market, I think you have to be sincere and you have to be focused. So there has to be a specific platform we can bring all these things, be it software development, be it web development, be it, say, for example, data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, anything you talk about the IT, right? You need some focus efforts around that. And I believe PW Skill Tech gets us that platform, that an opportunity where we can bring all these things uh, in a complete sense, which will help you get started in this IT market. So that's the main focus, people, because of which we have opened up this dedicated channel. We definitely would like your support here. We would definitely like your participation here, because all of this thing that we are doing is for you people only. So if you keep providing supports, right, and you keep us telling us that what is needed right now for you to make it big, we'll make sure that we bring everyone from the market here. You have already the starts here, and you have the Chris sir, you have the Hitesh sir, and we'll try to bring more people who are already doing good things in the industry. They are teaching for many years now, and they can help you make it build in the IT sector. So that's the main, the reason why we have brought up this new platform called PW Skills Tech.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you, Vishwa sir. Hitesh sir, anything that you really want to talk about the vision that we are planning over here?
I'm super happy that finally we are able to produce some great content in English language and purely specific in English language. Would like to add that those people who don't know, this channel is going to be purely specific 100% in English. And I think that is kind of a global language in which a lot of people watch a content, consume the content. There's no language barrier. All the documents are in English. So this channel will be focusing more on the English side of the content. But yes, again, we will be diversifying a lot, just like Vishwa has uploaded content specific to the Git, great content there. Krish will be focusing a lot on AI, machine learning. I'll be hanging around with the JavaScript just like always. So I think this is going to be a great channel where we focus more on the tech studies, not on the part which is more engaged. Of course, it is going to be engaging, but we want to focus more on the content side of the things and how pure and how high quality content we can deliver.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Hitesh sir. One more thing, guys. Many people are asking about Sudhanshu. Sudhanshu is just busy in some urgent work, so he will not be available today. But anyhow, his videos are also coming from next week itself, right? So, Hitesh sir, just to give an idea, like what all playlist you are planning to take in this channel, what all things you are planning to upload as we go ahead.
I'll be starting on the web dev because I enjoy the development part on the web a lot. So I think I'll be starting. I'll assume that nobody knows anything yet. So I'll be creating playlist around HTML, then a little bit of the CSS, then a little bit maybe on the Tailwind side of the things, a little bit on how the development journey begins, because I understand a lot of people want to get started, but the web development journey looks very scary from the outside because there are so many terms, React, Next.js, but you cannot jump into them directly. You need to start from the scratch, and the web is still built on HTML. On top of it, everything is there. So spending an hour or 2 hours on HTML is a core essential thing. I'll be focusing more on the project side of it so that you learn while building something. So that's what we'll be focusing on. So I'll be first prioritizing my task over the web dev side of the things. We'll begin with the HTML, then a bit of CSS and Tailwind side of things, and then obviously we'll jump into JavaScript after that.
Amazing, amazing. I guess that is an amazing plan.
And sir,
So,
one
guys, a lot
question for
of
you. What are you planning for the playlists?
yeah, finally I'll say it. First, I'll just go and ask Vishwa sir also. So, Vishwa sir, from your side, already GitHub is uploaded. I think that is a 2.5 hour session. So we are focusing more on content instead of just quantity. We are also
Right.
focusing on just the quality. So, what all things have you planned as we go ahead? You know.
Right. So there's so many things that we have planned, but one thing that will ensure in everything that we deliver to you people is that we'll make sure that you get, things in a proper manner, so that you don't have to wait for long. Let's say that if I'm bringing a topic, you don't have to wait for, say, like weeks, right? This is one thing that we have believed, that what happens on YouTube, if you try to bring stretches too long, let's say that I'm teaching you Python, it might take like 3 weeks of my time to complete, then does not make any sense, right? So what we have done is that whatever that will bring to you will bring you in a complete sense, so that when you learn that, when you read that, when you understand that, you have completed one specific topic itself. And for that, since Hitesh is already covering the web dev wala part, so I'll try to take the other part of the software development. So I believe many of us who's there in this platform, all of us are fascinated about making it big in this IT sector. And today, if I talk about one of the synonyms of the making it big, is when you say that I want to work for some FANG or some companies who are as good as the FANG companies, right? So typically, I would like to bring the roadmaps around that, what it takes today to work for the companies like Google, Facebook, Microsoft. And for that, there are different pillars that you need to learn, right? You need to know a programming language, you have to be great in data structures and algorithm, you have to be good in system design concepts, right? So I'll try to bring all these things in a well planned manner, so that if you just follow this space, I believe you have everything ready to make it big in this IT sector. So I'll try to bring all these things in sequential order. So you'll see from me the content around Java, data structures and algorithm, system design, to start with. And there are a lot many things to be planned, but to begin with, in the initial few months, I believe this is the few things that you'll be looking around. But I think, all of us are actually so much excited, all thanks to ChatGPT and the buzz which data science has created. So I think all of us are also interested to hear that what all things we are planning to do in the data field, sir. So maybe if you can talk about
Yeah,
what
sure,
you and
sure, sure.
Sudhanshu sir is planning to bring in the data science world.
So just going with the data field, so we have a lot of things in mind, obviously machine learning, deep learning, computer vision, natural language processing. But the thing is, guys, what we also want to do is that focus on the recent trends that are probably coming up, right? Let it say like how to use OpenAI API itself, or probably a very common people question that many people are asking about prompt engineering, what exactly this specific prompt engineering is. And I've already recorded that first part of the video, so we'll just not focus on one specific pattern of following or learning machine learning or deep learning, but instead what we'll do is that obviously that entire playlist will also be coming parallelly. What we'll do is that based on some prerequisites, we'll also see what is the recent research that is going on, right? And how we can use OpenAI. That is the recent trend that is going on, and I think that in the upcoming couple of years many startups are going to come up which will be specifically working on generative AI. So generative AI thing is also in my mind, which we have already started recording the videos. The content is being prepared. It is still in the editing phase. So every week, some or the amazing thing will be coming up with this, right? And obviously, all the pattern that we have, let's say Python programming language, machine learning, statistics, deep learning, that will be coming in this specific channel in a specific playlist order that we have actually prepared already. But yes, a lot of things in AI, not just basic things. There'll be a lot of advanced things that will be coming, so that anybody can probably learn and make a transition, right? So this was more about talking about like what all content are specifically coming up, and it's not like that will be restricted in this. Let it be any tech that is probably going to come up, any recent updates that are going to come up. We are also going to make sure that we keep this channel up to date with respect to all these things, right? So this was more about this. Anything that you probably want to mention, Hitesh sir, Vishwa sir, before I start picking up questions from the students?
Yeah, so I'll just add one thing. Apart from
Yeah.
these amazing things, we are also planning to bring few additional content for you people also. So we are again going to start one amazing series of podcasts where we try to
Mhm.
bring the best from the market, right? The CTOs, the CXOs, or someone who has been working, for many years in the industry. How did they make it big, right? What were their struggles? What were their failures? So we'll try to bring that series of podcasts where we talk to that person and understand that what was their journey, how we could learn from their pathways. And for that we have already recorded some, with few very eminent people, and we are still plan to record with many. So stay tuned on that. We will get started on this podcast very series, very soon on this series. And along with the recorded content, I think we'll also try to put some time for the live sessions, right? So you
Mhm.
guys keep on watching our videos, reach out to us over social media, right? Put that in the comment in the YouTube and let us know that what is that topic you would like us to take it live. And we'll make sure that at least few times in a month we definitely come live and take a dedicated 2 to 3 hour sessions where we teach you everything live on this social media, on this YouTube channel. So many more things. So these are the just few of the many things that we are planning. And just stay tuned. We'd like to keep certain things for the surprise. So as we make progress, you will see that we are doing many things. But one thing for sure, we'll make sure that the vision is aligned. We are always making sure that we are doing something for your upskilling, right? We don't want to make the light content which has nothing to do with your upskilling, right? We take this profession very seriously, and we would like to make this platform which is there to upskill you. Every single video that we put up, it should add something of value in your life.
Great, Vishwa sir. So this is the entire plan, guys, and yeah, as today only already GitHub has actually started. Tomorrow we are going to start with the roadmaps. We have the entire pipeline, and then probably we'll start uploading the videos. We are not going to one more aim, Vishwa sir, Hitesh sir, that we have, right? We don't want to just put the content each and every day. We need to just put
Right.
the quality content so that you just focus on the preparation, and we'll also give you sufficient time for ingesting that specific information. So that is the entire plan as we are planning itself. So Hitesh sir, many people are asking what are you drinking? Because of the color, I think many people are getting confused.
It's me and my famous iced tea, just like always. It remains always
Okay.
the constant.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So let's start picking up some questions from the people, and then we will be uh, talking about all these things. Let's say, mm,
So
okay,
meanwhile, we are picking a question. Okay, I
yeah,
think Hitesh can take this question, and then I
yes,
have
sir.
this one question which people have been asking. I'll just talk
Sure,
about.
sure,
Maybe
sure,
first
sure,
Hitesh
sure,
should
sir.
take this.
Sure, sir.
Okay,
After that.
so Abhay Kumar is asking, hello Hitesh sir, waiting for your 9-week module web development. I think 9-week module is going to take a lot of time because I think something that I can give you that you should be consuming for a 9 week straight, I think around 20 hours of content that would be somewhat around. But we will do it here, not in one shot, but we'll give you enough of the content that is consumable for the 9 weeks. And it will be a content which will be contributed by many teachers here. So I'll be focusing, let's just say, on HTML. Obviously, everybody needs to learn Git. So that's your 2 and 2.5 hour of content. Everybody needs to go through that. It's not a matter of machine learning or web dev or mobile dev. Git is compulsory. You cannot become a software development without version controlling system. So consider that as one your 9 week module as one part of it. Then I'll upload HTML and CSS and all of that. So here the goal is to put the content into a focused way, organized way, as Vishwa have mentioned. So don't worry, we'll give you the web dev journey here as well. Nothing to be worried on that side.
Okay, perfect. Yes, Vishwa sir, you are
Yeah.
talking about
So
some question.
I believe few of the students are concerned that that we only understand Hindi. हम हिंदी मीडियम
Hmm.
से आते हैं. And I'll take this in
Hmm.
India so that I can address this, the very important question, and which is the concern of the student. That I come from the Hindi medium, I only understand Hindi, मुझे सिर्फ हिंदी समझ में आता है. Is this channel still relevant for me? Should I focus on this channel or not? See, if you have decided कि मुझे IT sector में जाना है, I have to work in this IT sector, right? And there could be these situations. Either you try to work for a company, or you're trying to do a freelancing, or you start your own company, right? In either of these three situations, if you think that in entire span of your IT career, you don't have to interact with someone who only understand English, then I think you are living in ignorance. आपको
Hmm.
जब IT sector में आएंगे तो आपको मल्टीनेशनल कंपनीज में या फिर एक्सटर्नल क्लाइंट से अंग्रेजी में बात करना ही होगा. सो you have to accept the fact that no matter what, you have to pick up this language, this global language. English is a must, because everything, all the resources, all the learnings, everything that you write, right? And when you communicate, the communication is very important part of your journey in this IT career, right? So you have to know this language. So I believe this is the high time when you should take this as heads on, right? You should face this problem and try to solve it. And I feel one of the easiest and the best way to learn English is that you make sure that you're reading and hearing most of the things in English, right? You try to speak, you sit write in English, even if you feel कि मेरे से नहीं हो पा रहा है. It is okay to fumble in the beginning, but make sure that you are actually participating. So especially those folks who don't understand English, जिनको अंग्रेजी में थोड़ी दिक्कत होती है, झिझक होती है, उनको तो मैं बिल्कुल ही बोलूंगा कि this is the channel for you people. ये आपको ना ही सिर्फ टेक्स्ट सिखाएगा, but will also help you learn English. And when we put things on YouTube, we will also make sure that it's a understandable English, right? It's an easy English to pick up. We'll not use jargons that you'll have to bring a Oxford dictionary कि उसको देख के आपको मीनिंग पता चले. We'll try to make sure that कि जितनी अंग्रेजी से काम चल जाए आपका, right? आप अंग्रेजी भी सीख लो और आपको टेक भी आ जाए. We'll make sure to do that. So even if you don't know much of the English, I believe you should still come to this channel, because then it will solve the two purpose. One, you will be improving your English, and at the same time, it will help you learn what is needed for this industry.
I definitely agree with this point, sir, what you're saying, because we really, when we are working in MNCs, right, we really need to talk to multiple clients, multiple people. And obviously, all your conversation when it is happening, if it is in already, like, if the medium specifically that is used English, you can also definitely put a lot of contributions with respect to your team. So, I absolutely agree with that point. I feel that everybody should try to learn and try to communicate in this way. So one question that is regarding this, sir, PW Skills data science course contains everything we need to learn to be a data scientist, or the course is just for data analytics? Guys, this is for data scientists itself and data analytics also. So this data science course has each and everything. So probably you want to become a business analyst, data analyst, or you want to probably become a product manager or a data scientist itself. In this case, definitely in this domain, whatever domain you are selecting, whatever techniques we are teaching you, this all will be taken care of, right? So you don't have to worry about this. So let's take up another question. Hitesh sir, any plans for Android development?
Android development. To be honest, I don't enjoy Android development that much. If it is core Android development through Kotlin or Java, not a big fan of Java. Sorry, Vishwas sir, but not a big fan of Java. I prefer more of a approach where you are developing through Flutter or React Native. I enjoy that much as a developer experience. It's not like this core Android development is bad. It's just my personal preference that I don't enjoy that developer experience that much. But definitely, we'll try to bring some beginner friendly getting started guides or some basic projects in the Android development. Definitely, we have that in the plan in this channel as well. And we'll try to bring something regarding React Native or something regarding Flutter very soon. So don't you worry, we'll be taking the project based approach. But I don't enjoy Android development that much. Maybe Vishwas sir can help you a little bit on that side of Java because he writes a ton of code in Java.
Okay, perfect. So, Vishwas sir, many people are asking like, what will be the differences between the courses and that we are specifically going to learn in this YouTube? So they're just trying to ask the difference, like why that is paid and what all content we are trying to put over here. What exactly is that all about? So how we are going to
Sure.
differentiate that?
Right. So see, so that like when you learn anything from a YouTube, a medium like YouTube, right? It's always a one-way communication, right? I might bring, let's say, the course on data structures and algorithm, or I might bring something in the whole full stack development itself, or backend development in Java, or I do data science itself, right? So one of the limitation of learning on YouTube is that it's always a one-way communication, right? So it requires a lot of dedication from your end to learn things and then follow up and do exercises on that, right? So we understand there are different categories of the people in the society, right? There are few folks who are well determined, who can just pick up from the YouTube videos and they can learn and they can do things. But then there are certain people who need more hand holding. They would need that, unke kai sare doubts hai, they have doubts which they are like to be sorted, right? So the things when we bring on the course, right, we try to bring it more streamlined. It's like two-way communication where we teach you and we also get you opportunity to ask your doubts. We also get you assignments. We also get you the projects. We also get you the test. And then we handhold you throughout the journey. So typically when I talk about a course, if you see on a PW Skills platform, so it's just not about learning. It's a complete experience. We also get you the platform, right? So you get you content, we come live, we get you a two-way communication, you get your doubts solved, you get the assignments, you get the tests done, you get to do the projects, and at the same time we help you in the pre-placement training. We get you conduct job fairs, and for everyone who is watching, in August we are planning our first mega job fair, right? So these kind of events you get to participate when you be a part of this course. And when you actually participate in a course, it's a limited duration time, right? Let's say 6 month long period or 9 months. So we are hand holding you throughout that journey. So that's what the course brings to the table. On the other hand, this YouTube is our more of like a, our initiative to contribute back to the society, right? It's like a, something we are doing for the community. So whatever is relevant, there are few things where we are limited in the courses also, right? For example, a course is a different structure. We cannot add, something in between the course, which is relevant in the market. But through the YouTube, I have that flexibility that anything which is relevant, as Chris sir was saying, that many new things are happening right now, right? So with YouTube, I have that flexibility. Whatever is out in the market, I can just bring in, right? On the YouTube, I can hear to you people and I can make the courses around that and bring to you, right? So YouTube also gets me a lot of flexibility in providing on-demand courses to you, something which you need. I don't have to bring, say, like 20 hours content in a chunk. I can just bring, say, like 2 hours, which is more relevant for you. So YouTube helps me to serve you in a different way based on your demand. So I'll say it's more of like your on demand, whatever that you expect from us, and we kind of deliver in that sense. And course is more of like a well-structured, well-researched, industry-vetted curriculum where we make sure that if you participate in, we get you the complete experience which is needed for you to, actually crack any of the companies that you're planning in the coming future.
Great, sir. Perfect. So, one question is, what is the path of a for an app developer? Please guide me. I started C++ from PW Skills. Am I in right path? So, app developer sir, Hitesh sir, or Vishwa sir, who will be taking this question?
All right, I'll take it.
Yeah,
So
perfect.
I think you have started great. Already you have started with C++ with PW. So I think that's a great choice first and foremost. See, you have already built your foundation in C++. You now understand what is an array, what is loops, how to write functions and all of that. So it's a great start of journey. Android development goes with a couple of paths. The first path that you can choose is learn Java and learn the core Android development. Just like after learning Java, you cannot build directly the website. Similarly, just by learning the Java, you cannot directly build Android apps. There are specific frameworks and libraries which you have to utilize for that. So that's one path you can choose. Go with Java and learn the core Android development. It's obviously great. Another path is moving into the domain of JavaScript and build apps using React Native. The only advantage is when you build apps using React Native or Flutter, you write a single code base, and that code base helps you to generate mobile apps for Android and iOS. And especially if you're on Flutter these days, you can build apps for desktop, Linux, Windows, pretty much everything. So that's the advantage. So now, obviously, you cannot build apps because there are a couple of frameworks in the C++ as well, which helps you to build apps, but they are not very powerful, not super rich with the content and what the APIs you handle. So my recommendation is either go in the domain of JavaScript or Java, and then you can start building the project. And again, learn by building the projects. Don't just get yourself into the tutorial hell or too much of documentation. Set your goal that this is what I want to build. Either it's a to-do app or whatever that is, and then move forward in that direction.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Now, one question I usually get this kind of questions: can BBA student or can non-programming student, can any kind of student move into data science? So, please be happy to add any points, Vishwa sir or Hitesh sir. But I will definitely like to answer this, guys. See, sometimes right, data science is a technology which I believe like anybody can make a transition. The more important thing is that having a right amount of domain knowledge and learning all the skill sets and tools that are specifically used in data science to solve business use cases. I've seen people coming from different kind of backgrounds. They're coming from. I've seen one kind of transition. The person was a lawyer and he made a transition into data science. And he's probably created an app wherein he's doing text summarization of his entire legal documents. So that kind of lot of opportunities you will be seeing, right? It's specifically in that specific domain. But if you are coming from other domains, like how you are going to use data science techniques over there, so I believe anybody can make a transition, guys. It's all about learning process. It's all about how you're applying that learning skills into the real world industry, right? That is the most important thing over here. So I get a lot of questions with respect to this. If you guys agree with this or not, so just let me know about this, sir.
Absolutely, I know on any day. Fortunately, I feel that this whole field where you make use of codes, you write code, you do the programming, is more to do with your interest than typically the expertise. Because I believe, and especially in the data science field, right, to get started, I don't think you need to know too much of anything, right? Getting started with the data science, you just need a basics of, let's say, the basic of mathematics, a basic of programming nuances. So getting started is very easy, very simple. I don't see there's much friction, or something has to really a big roadblock, or someone has to do some rocket science to get started. It's very simple. And once you have got the interest and you have started learning few things, I think you can iteratively improve yourself, right? So the only thing which I feel today, no matter from which background you come from, the only thing that you need is a little sincerity and the interest, right? You should be interested in something which you're trying to do. Just don't go because everyone is talking about data science is very fancy. It's like one stop solution, and then as soon as you become a data scientist, the money will start falling down from the sky. Right? If you are just doing that for that sake, I think you will lose interest. You will not be able to do it. You should have a genuine interest and sincerity. I believe that's what it is needed, no matter from where you come from.
So this is a very important point that you told, right? Many people select technology based on salaries. I will
Right.
be able to earn this much, that much, right? But I feel that first of all, you really need to find your interest, what you are really interested in. Like there is a confusion. Like many people think, should I go with data science, web development? I suggest that okay, at least go and learn something. Okay, then automatically you'll find your interest, whether you will be interested in that or not. Later on, you find out a vision, like how you're going to probably use this technology in the future. So this is the kind of questions. One question: I'm studying BSc Computer Science. How can this channel help in me in my academic life and professional life? I guess,
Right.
Hitesh sir, would you like to take this up?
Uh, sure. See, this channel is really already it is helpful. If you are in academic life or professional life, there is already a Git video. So we have already started to prove our point that yes, we are directly talking about the tech. No fuzz here and there around, just focusing purely on content. So very concentrated content is already there on channel. So I think both for your academic and professional life, all the things that we are going to upload here are usable on the day zero of your job, or of course in the academic as well. So I think very much helpful.
Okay,
And I'll just
perfect.
add what Hitesh said, on this,
Hmm.
if I look around today, right, what is being taught in the college and what actually is needed in the industry, there's a big gap, there's a big barrier that has happened between these two, and all thanks to the ever changing scenario in the IT, as we said, change is the only constant. That gap is increasing at a very fast pace, right? So where I see PW skills comes into the action is that bridging that gap. You are learning in the college, and almost the syllabus has been same for the last 10, 20 years. I don't see that being changed even in the premium colleges in India, right? I come from the IT, and unfortunately in IT also I don't see it has much change in the last many years, right? But if I see the tech space, right, how the industry is moving, it's phenomenally, it is moving at a very fast pace. So we at PW Skills try to bridge that gap. We'll help you get all the skills which is needed for you to do that transition from a college student to a avid professional, right? So that's where we'd like to help through this YouTube channels and all the courses that we bring on PW Skills platform.
So obviously, Vishwa sir, we also have a lot of plans of lot of events. Right now we'll
Right.
not name it because we have that plan on the August month, and a lot of things are coming up. So please be stay tuned with respect to that. Also, guys, we are really coming up with a amazing plan with respect to this specific event, which will be beneficial for all the college students out there. Right. So I'll just give you a hint right now. That's it. Later on, we will be announcing all
But
those
if
things that
somebody
we are
will be
coming up with.
watching it again this live, Vishwa sir has already mentioned it.
Okay, you said it already. No, no,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about job fair
Yeah.
only. There's something, one more thing, code India,
So
something.
there are a few more things. So we have been planning multiple things. I think what I
Wow.
mentioned was one of that many. I definitely feel that's a very important because the scale at which we are trying to do this job fair, I believe, that will be really helpful to all the students who have been
Yes.
studying in our platform. But apart from that, I believe, Hitesh, we have planning few more things.
That this is
And
for
I
the
think
entire
that's,
community. This is for the
yeah,
entire
this is for
community.
the
That
entire community.
about the job fair, that is for the people who have enrolled for the PW skills batches and iNeuron batches. But this is something more. Like it is nationally, it will be for the entire India itself
There
or
is so
entire world.
much happening at PW that it's difficult to keep a track even for me, like which one we are talking about.
Definitely, sir. We'll be announcing that before we know that, and 15 days earlier, we'll make up that entire plan so that we go and do this amazing. Okay, so sorry, I'll take this question. Oh no, 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 no. Where that question went, because it was a good question regarding Chat GPT. So how is Chat GPT going to impact the developer's job? Someone had asked that question.
It's
Oh,
actually
there's so
great
many comments.
impact. I'm enjoying Chat GPT and GitHub Copilot as well.
Yeah, see, I'll tell you why ChatGPT can be very good when you're learning programming language. Because see, many people when they are starting to learn anything, let's say Python programming language, they're learning something called as lambda function or yield function, something. Okay, many people will not know that how it is going to get used in the future in a real world scenarios. If you ask ChatGPT that simple question, it'll give you 100 of examples where specifically it can be used, so that at least there will be something in your mind. Because this is the question that I get a lot, sir, when I'm probably teaching Python in live class. They'll ask, where will we be using this particular thing in the future, how it will be used in the real world scenario. So this is the most common question that can be probably everybody will get clarified with this, where they are going to specifically use. So this is one of the thing. Other than thing, a lot of examples are available in Chat GPT. Only you need to know how you can probably write the proper prompt to get that specific output. So that prompt writing technique is almost like a very good Google search to get the things. Okay, but again, as you practice more and more, you will become better. Vishwa sir, Hitesh sir, you can put up any points like with respect to this. Definitely anything you have something to say about Chat GPT and all.
Okay, so I'll put up my point. I think most of the people who are just starting. I think, and I feel it's not only India, but a few months back when I was in US, there also there is a fear going on that ChatGPT is going to replace the developers. Do I need to learn programming? Should I learn how to build application? Because anyway, in 2 years, ChatGPT is gonna replace me. To that, I have few cents to share here. See, many of times when you are just starting, you always feel as if application development is synonym to writing 100 lines of code. But actually, that's not the case. Software development is not just writing 10 lines of code or 100 lines of code. There are so many other things that you do when you are building the entire application, right? When you work for a company, you have to understand your customer. You have to understand what you're building. You need to have the vision. You have to collaborate. You have to have sense of, knowing that what is right and what is wrong, right? ChatGPT definitely can help you speed up that process. It can help you write those 100 lines of code for you. But at the end of the day, you should be in a position to decide if that is right or wrong. So what I feel is it's not like human versus AI or human versus generative AI or ChatGPT. It's more of like human and ChatGPT. So I think we are at that inflection point of the history where we cannot ignore AI anymore. We have to make sure that we are aware what is going on, but we have to take that along us, right? And at the end, I feel this ChatGPT itself is only for the smart brains. For example, if I tell ChatGPT that, okay, go and create me 10 lines of code in Python, let's say you, right? At the end of that, when I get the result, I should be in a position to decide if this is correct for me or not. If I'm able to take that call, I am making the best use of this generative way to save me some time. But if I am blindly using it, I'm not aware if it is right or wrong. I just believe 100% it's a ChatGPT and I'm going to take this up. That's where the problem is. So even this ChatGPT and AI is for the smart brains. You have to be smart about. You have to be aware enough to make use of this, and that's when become the 10x more productive software engineer today with the help of AI.
Yeah, agree on that. I would like to add one more here. I have ignored this generative code suggestion for like a long time. But the moment I started using it, I felt like somebody took me from the notepad and brought me up on the VS Code. The code suggestions are so good. I'm trying AWS Whisper and this Copilot as well. And instead of getting just suggestion of a function name, I know which one to select from the suggestion. Obviously, there are sometimes garbage code which I don't want to use, but it helps me to build projects so much faster. Just it's a prompt, it automatically suggests me, but it is up to me that I want this suggestion or this suggestion, which one is going to work. So I agree with you. It's like intelligence on steroids. So that's what I call this as of now.
Nice. So, Vishwa sir, for you, Java DSA new batch कब से start होगा, sir? I think we have just
बहुत जल्दी
started
हो.
right recently.
Yeah, so we have very recently started. I think it's still hardly a few weeks. So if you want, you can join the same course. In the case if you're all set to start a new batch, I think soon will be coming up in the next few weeks itself. So anything around Java and upskilling, we make sure that we keep on launching new batches, so you get the chance to start from the fresh. But I'll say that if if you're a little impatient, you want to get started from day one today itself. I think we already have a batch running, which is hardly a few weeks. All the content you get recorded, which you have missed, right? And at the same time, you have a facility where you can ask questions also. So those things which you have missed, you can watch that. You can make sure that whatever doubts you had, the people will come live. You can have the doubt solving. You can raise the question through the chat. There are several mediums through which you can ask your questions. So you can join that existing batch itself.
Perfect. So one question, Chris, are you going to bring sessions on how to build generative AI model, LLM application, and big data technologies? Yes, guys. So generative AI model that we will start. The prerequisite are only Python programming language. LLM models, we will try to see some libraries like LangChain and Chainlet. So that soon already the recording has started, and we will be bringing up this specific videos. It'll be quite amazing because now I think which was that I've heard actually from the people who have made transition earlier into data science branch, they've started using in companies, all these OpenAI APIs itself. They're creating their own chatbots. That is the reason many people are saying, please bring up this entire playlist as
Right.
quick as possible. Right. So that is what I've heard recently. I was just having a conversation there before yesterday with someone.
Right. Another
Um,
interesting thing on the same line, Krish, I'll
yeah.
talk about. No, people are talking about prompt engineering.
Yeah.
I'm hearing the news that people are making as much as 250K in US
Yeah. Yeah.
by knowing the right nuances to talk to the AI. So I believe this
Yes.
prompt engineering is again something which is pretty hot for the at least next few years. By the time the AI becomes more intelligent, right?
Yes.
So I think we should
Definitely.
definitely bring few things around that, which makes our students more skilled around taking up this new
Already,
age.
couple of videos are recorded, sir. Mostly, it will be coming in this week itself. So
Awesome.
that I've already done last week. Um, okay, this is good question. Can you guys help how we can contribute to open source? I think open source contribution can play a very big role in people getting placed. Hitesh, sir, you can go ahead with this, please.
I think there is only one rule of open source contribution. Don't go with the mindset that I want to contribute somewhere. I want to contribute somewhere. This is not how the soul of open source works. It's all about that either you have built something very meaningful and you want to make it available for everyone with the source code. That's one side of it. Another side is I want to use something in an open source project and there is a feature missing or there is a bug which is not really there or the bug is giving a problem a lot there. So I want to fix that up. I personally don't recommend anybody to just go ahead and update those readmes and those grammars and those readmes. Yeah, sometimes people accept that, but I think open source contribution comes after when you have learned to build a couple of products, you know how to build them, how the product works. So open source is a really, really big game. It gives you a validation that yes, you can understand somebody's code, can contribute in that code, you have worked for the community, but just don't go with the mindless that, hey, in the very first year, I'll go ahead. I don't know anything about programming, but I'll contribute in open source. I think it doesn't work that way.
Any points that you really want to give, Vishwa, sir?
Yeah, I think I kind of agree whatever Hitesh sir just mentioned right now. I'll tell you a few of the instances where how I have been a part of this open source. So, guys, you have to understand that if your only intention is to go in somebody's code and make some changes, first of all, it's not easy. You will not find any clue what changes you should do, right? Because someone has written code for certain specific use case. How can you judge that what that code should be doing, right? It's very tough unless until you have certain motive that why you would like to bring that change. So the best part is that whatever company that you work for or whatever projects that you work for, try to find that a specific library or specific code base. How do you use it? And if you in that case understand that maybe that library does not have that specific use case that fit your scenario, that's the situation where you have an opportunity to go and make changes in their source code, make it work for you, and then suggest that person who has created that code to bring that change. I think when you do this, one, it helps in your own project, so you are not spending too much of time in doing extra work which is nothing to do for your day-to-day things that you are doing. And at the same time, then that's add value, because then when you tell that person who authored that project, you say that this is the use case that I was trying to solve, your code does not do it, here my suggestion, can you take this up? Then it makes more sense because you have a proper use case to suggest that person that that's how this code should work, and then there's a high chance of your acceptance of your code also. But just you don't have a use case, you don't have a practical use case, you just say that no, मेरे को नहीं लगता ये line number 40 पे you should have written this, doesn't matter, right? So you should try to find a use case, try to make sure that that X person's code that you're using is customized, you have a valid use case. And I think that if you do it, I think it will add more value to the work that you're trying to do. Don't just do for the fancy, I just have to put on a resume. That's not how the open source works. Great, as Hitesh mentioned already, right? Changing something on the indentation or the README file is not what actually the open source contribution is.
Actually, one of our person, right? He recently I just asked him, "Did you contribute in open source contribution?" Yeah, he said yes. I changed a spelling mistake in README file, and I just committed the code, and they later accepted it and merged it. So to be precise, guys, open source is more about. And what do you think, sir, Vishwa sir? Like, if you start contributing in an open source in a manner which adds values in the project, do you think in the industry, in your resume, this will look really good? When you are probably doing an open source contribution, you're saying that, okay, I've fixed this issues and all. So obviously that adds a lot of value in your resume also with respect to getting any kind of jobs, right?
Definitely, yes. I think it has a lots of value, because when you see that someone has contributed in open source, very quickly I can infer three things from that. One, he has the ability to understand other code. It's very rare. It looks very normal, But trust me, when you work in industry, and if you have to understand somebody else code and then implement it, it's a rare thing, right? So that first, let me understand that that person is aware and he is capable enough to understand someone else code. Number two, he understands the situations, right? He understands the condition. He tries to solve the problem in a more holistic fashion, right? So that lets me think that this person takes the problem very seriously, understand the ultimate use case and try to solve in a more generic manner, right? And thirdly, he is a person who can convince people with his logic, because making your code getting added in somebody else repo requires a lot of logical communication, right? So these three things get me the immediate attention that okay, this is the person who has these attributes through his work that he has done in the open. So definitely it has a very high weightage. If you put open source thing in your resume, I think it's a very high weightage that you get in the interviews and every time you communicate to someone else.
Amazing, amazing, sir. So it's almost 45 minutes. So since this is an orientation session, we'll keep a hard stop for another 5 to 10 minutes. Any final things that you probably want to say? I'll first of all go with Vishwa sir, then Hitesh sir, then finally myself. Right? What do you think the people who may be probably seeing this channel, what they really need to focus on as soon as we start uploading the content? So that they take out a lot of benefits from this channel, and at the end of the day get industry ready. So any final points that you probably want to talk to the people out here, and then we'll go with Hitesh sir. First of all, Vishwa sir, you can go ahead. Yeah.
Right. So one suggestion which I normally give to the folks when I talk on YouTube, normally you feel that when I'm watching something on YouTube, it's free, right? But you try to go a little deeper, you'll realize that it's not actually free, right? Even if you're watching this orientation for the last 40-45 minutes, or you're watching any video, let's say that I put get video, you have watched for 2.5 hours. The time is the money today, right? And when you're watching these videos on the YouTube, you are actually doing investment. And I feel very strongly that today when you're coming on this YouTube channel to watch something, your mummy papa has not told you to come, right? You are now mature enough that you have taken that your cognizant decision that okay, I have to go and learn something. So you're investing time, x money on this channel. Make sure that you're making 10x out of it. And to make 10x out of it, there's no rocket science. It's very simple. You have to be little sincere. When you come and watch videos on this platform, make sure that you're a little out of deviation and make a target that okay, I'm watching this video and this is my outcome, right? So take things little sincerely. When you're watching things, make sure that you're ready with all the things. You can customize the video as per your requirement. Let's say that something is going slow, you can make it fast. Something is going fast, you can pause it, take a break. But make sure that whatever that you're watching it sincerely with a purpose, so that your intention of becoming it big in the market for which you're watching things on this YouTube channel, you're doing it in the right way. So just make sure that you're sincere in your efforts when you're watching. And at the same time, we at PW Skill, I can vouch for everyone, we are taking a very sincere efforts to bring the best in quality videos for you. We understand the importance of the sequence, the order in which the things has to be brought in. So for that, we have planned the pathways for all the different offerings or everything which is there hot in the market. And we are going to bring all the high quality videos. We're not going to bombard everything. You will not see like 10 videos every day coming in, because that's not our attention to create another Gyan Wala YouTube channel, right? We are here to get you the quality content in a well organized manner. So we are making sure that everything that we are putting up in our recording, it's worth our time and it helps you in your upskilling. But at the same time, we would expect that sincerity from you people. You can just put that into the comments if you guys can promise me that. Thank you.
Perfect. Hitesh sir.
I'll just add one very simple thing. It's very easy to fall into the tutorial hell. And the only way to get out from it, let's just say I teach you something. I have taught you a project in which I have done X and Y. And if you're not adding your Z into that, you don't need to do like 1,000 different things. Just start by adding one feature into it, two feature into it, maybe as little as changing the button colors, a tiny bit modification in the project code. Just try to do that. This will give you the confidence in the long run. If you're just watching my code and writing the same code again with you and pushing that on the GitHub as a profile, it doesn't add value. It doesn't add confidence to you. And eventually you'll be into the mode where you know the code, but you're scared of writing the things on your own project. So don't just fall into tutorial hell. Make sure you add value to it. If I'm teaching you this much of the things, try to add a tiny bit more. Start with that, and that will help you to learn the code. Just always follow this. Wherever you're watching tutorial, add a little to it and then save it onto your GitHub. Over to you, Chris, sir.
Perfect. Thank you, Hitesh sir, Vishwa sir. I would just like to add one point, guys. All this tutorial, I agree with both Vishwa sir and Hitesh sir. But one final thing that I really want to add is that just don't see tutorials. Practice it. Sudhanshu sir is not here because of some medical issues, so he has gone out. Uh, but he always says that learn by doing things. Okay, so as soon as you probably see something, you try to implement new things. You try to do something new. Okay, try to play with it. Try to put your own thought process. Try to put your own ideas. You know, and that is how you will be able to learn. Many people have actually made transitions from the tutorials and things that we have actually created. Many people have actually benefited out of it. They are working in some amazing companies, throughout India, throughout the world. you know Only they are able to only do that because they were serious with respect to all those kind of content that we have provided, and they added that additional thing, the effort of doing something new, creating something new, building something new. When they have actually done that, everybody can actually do that. And so that is my final suggestion, guys. At the end of the day, please make sure that you practice, 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 and try to build some new things. So this was the final thing that I really wanted to talk about. But yeah, from tomorrow, a lot of videos are going to come over here. So we have actually kept a hard stop of 50 to 55 minutes. Already Vishwas' video is available in the channel itself. Do one thing, whether you subscribe or not, don't subscribe. Please make sure that you keep the reminder button on in the YouTube channel, so that whenever the videos will be coming, it will be a long dedicated videos. You will be able to see that. You'll be getting the notification with respect to that. Yeah, from tomorrow we will be seeing you with new tutorials, new playlists, new roadmaps. Be serious about it and start practicing it. It will definitely benefit you a lot. So thank you, Vishwa sir. Thank you, Hitesh sir. This was it, guys, from our side. I hope you like this particular video. We will see you all in the next tutorials. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye. Vishwa sir, anything? Hitesh sir, bye
Thank you,
bye.
Bye bye,
everyone. Thanks
everyone.
for joining. All the
Thank
Bye
you.
best.
Thank
everyone.
you, guys. Yep. Bye.